It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, and it's time for us to take a look at what's happening on the small screens. Now, Fathers Matters is a Heartlines initiative to promote the positive and active presence of fathers in children's lives. At the center of the project is the Heartlines Fathers Matters series, 6 anthology films set in various contexts around South Africa. In the finale, titled Manskap, we follow Kyle, a troubled but promising young man, unemployed, fatherless, and raised by a single mother, Sandra. With nothing much to keep him motivated besides his love for cars, Kyle finds himself in the clutches of a powerful local gang leader, Roy. Can Bra Warren show Kyle a better path? That's the question. Well, today we catch up with actor Bradley Olivier, who plays Bra Warren in Manskap. Good morning, Bradley. How are you?
Good morning, Zoe. I'm fantastic. Thank you. It's lovely to be on your show. I'm a big fan of the show.
Oh, well, listen, we are a big fan of you. And, you know, as a conclusion of Heartlines Fathers Matters, the series Manskap, it touches on the father wound inflicted on many children in Mzansi. Bradley, can you explain this to us in the context of the film?
Okay, so within our film, and I like to say that I'm from Paul in the Western Cape, and I grew up just across from a neighborhood called Chicago. And within my friendship circle, I've also noticed the impact of fatherlessness. And even though Manskap is set within Johannesburg, you know, it's a universal story. And it's a story most teenagers go through. I feel like myself as well, growing up in those kind of neighborhoods, there's always two options for you. It's whether you follow the light or whether you follow the dark path. And this story sets Kyle within the center of that external and internal conflict, and how fathers play a big role in what kind of decisions the youth make.
I can imagine. Now, when it comes to Manskap, what does that have to say about the enticing yet clearly dangerous world of gangsterism on young people?
You know, within the context of our story and our world, and also within the reality, it's when you grow up around these things, there's not really a lot of options for you. You know, it's almost like when you're born into that world, your path has been laid for you. That's either church or this gangsterism. And the thing about the gangsterism and the streets is that everything they do is so charming, it's so enticing. They sell you a world of glamour and of power and of influence. And I think within Manskap, that is also at the center of that, is that the bad things are the things that entices us mostly. And I think that is also what Kyle is struggling with, you know. And I think between Bra Warren and Roy, they are literally the physical representation of your kind of destiny. There's only two options for you to go.
And I hope they know that there are more than just two options. Now, I wanted to know from you, how important are positive social circles, whether you find it in religious, sports, or cultural groups, to the well-being of young people in a community?
Wow, I can't express how important that is, because I've also myself been within some bad circles, and then also, luckily, the better circles won. And with me and my friendship circle is just everybody's so supportive of everything everyone does, and everyone likes to tell you the truth, whether you're going down a bad path, where you're making good decisions, or whether you're making bad decisions, because we tend to listen to our friends more than we would listen to our parents or the authority figures within our lives. So choosing the right friends with the right values, with the right vision, with the right circumstances, and with the right family mindset, I think that goes a long way. I think if, you know, in my late teens or in my early 20s, if I stuck around with some of the sour apples, I don't know if my life would have turned out the way that it has, because, you know, in my life, friends are so important with building that sense of community. So I think that goes for everyone, you know, because you become the environment that you are in. You start representing the social circle that you are in, whether that is good or bad. So choosing the right friends is of utmost importance if you want to have a healthy life and a better future.
Oh, well, Bradley, you're dropping such pearls of wisdom. I feel like I need a little bit more from you, because the theme of Hopetober, we want to ask you, do you perhaps have a message for the youth of Mzansi who may be going through the same situations as the characters of Andrew or Kyle?
Yes, I would just like to tell everyone that even though sometimes when life seems hopeless and that there's only one path, I guarantee you that there is not. There's always a way out for everyone. I think there are people within all communities who wants to help everybody. So I just want to let everybody know that there is hope. No situation is hopeless. I can speak about some of my closest friends who have been through the darkest patches of their lives, and they've come out on the other side stronger because of support systems. So please reach out to the positive figures in your community, in your life, because there's always hope.
Oh, well, Bradley, thank you so much for joining us this morning and dropping those pearls of wisdom and injecting some hope on our Feel Good Breakfast show.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you guys for hosting me, and thank you for promoting this series, because this is an issue that's also really close to my heart. So I just want to thank you and your team.
It definitely is a issue that's close to many people's hearts, so be sure not to miss the final episode of Heartlines, Fathers Matter Manskap. It's airing this Saturday, the 22nd of October at 8:30 p.m. on SABC2. Share the magic and make sure to tune into SABC Daily for an endless stream of content that builds the nation.